Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront Updates. In this video I wanted to discuss some really cool new concept art that was released by the lead concept artist Joseph McLab earlier today, and these actually showcase some really cool environments that are different from what we have in the game right now. These are most likely the kind of concept images that they created way before they actually started developing the game, just to get an idea of how things could look. And the first one that has also gotten the most attention within the community is this one, which shows something that at first glance might look like the library in the Jedi Temple, but it is actually not. And I want to give a shout out to Immortal Soldier for pointing out all of these details that very clearly shows that this is indeed on Naboo and Theed. Everything from the statues to the patterns on the floor, how the window looks, as well as the pillars shows that this is very clearly Theed, but a very different version of the palace than what we have seen. I mean, sure, this is how the library looked in the Jedi Temple roughly in terms of the actual bookshelves, so to say. So what says it couldn't look the same on Theed? And to me, some of these images kind of show a different path that this map could have taken. The outdoors images are very similar to what we currently have in the game, but the inside could have been slightly different. Maybe we would have pushed up to the library instead of the current room. And the second new part that these images show is a pretty cool N1 Naboo Starfighter factory, I guess you could call it. These two screenshots shows a very different environment, and man, first of all, this concept art almost looks like it's from the movie due to how accurate it is. But it's very clear that this is not the same hangar that we can play on in the Heroes vs Villains map, because this looks like a place where they actually create these starfighters, although the actual architecture is very similar in that way. Some of the other screenshots that I'm rolling by the screen right now, both from Theed and the Death Star, are, as you can see, very similar to what we got in the final product, so nothing to go into detail there. But I guess the one thing a lot of people also asked was, who's that Jedi in the first image? Well, it's really hard to judge. It really could just be a generic Jedi that they put there to get some feeling in there. But it could be Luke, it could be Qui-Gon, but just based on that little image, I would probably guess it's Luke and not Qui-Gon. But I don't really think that's something that they might have decided that early on. They just wanted a Jedi in there to get some feeling for how it could potentially look in the future. But I thought it was cool to bring up nevertheless, because it shows a more modern version of Theed, I guess you could say, with all these libraries and a kind of Coruscant-ish look to it. And I think it's very nice to get this kind of insight to how they work when they develop the game. But that is all for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.